was white, P was orange, and E was teal. The number 5 was blue, and 2 was green. When her grandmother bit into a brownie, she tasted purple. All the mundane components within ordinary life were an assault on the senses, an exploding rainbow always in front of her eyes or on her tongue. As a little girl, Delphinium had wanted to be just like Annie and was devastated when K didn't appear magenta or when she couldn't taste saffron when she saw 47. However, her consolation prize of genetics, or her gifting, as Annie insisted on calling it, was her ability to smell fragrances that were nearly imperceptible to everyone else. Scents not created by perfume or soap, but what a person emitted naturally. In a small way, Delphinium felt like she had a superpower too, and that was her link to her grandmother. Instead of seeing colors, she smelled personality traits. No matter how faint, Delphinium was able to detect a fragrance linked to the person's most dominant characteristic. All she had to do was get a whiff for the insight. Delphinium blew out a sharp breath to move a bouncing curl from her line of vision. The stagnant, muggy late June air melted not only her eyeliner but her patience as well. Every passerby looked as wilted as she felt. The humidity made it hard to breathe. Her nose wrinkled as a puff of petunia wafted from a man who walked past her, appearing equally annoyed with the foul weather as she was. Petunia always indicated anger and resentment. Feeling a trickle of sweat trail down the hollow of her back, she held the cumbersome planter in a protective cradle, determined not to let it slip from her grasp. The front of her shirt was going to be badly wrinkled from dampness. Delphinium groaned. Why couldn't I have waited for it to be delivered? Why can't I ever simply wait? She thought. She knew the answer, of course. When it came to her beloved store, she possessed the tolerance of a toddler. As soon as she had seen the beautiful hand-painted planter dreadfully misplaced and abandoned on the bottom shelf of the antique store, she envisioned the exact plant she was going to put in it, bird of paradise, and the price she'd get for the match. The 3-block jaunt to her shop would pay off. Surely it would turn a nice profit. That's why she was heaving this monstrosity down Main Street, she told herself. She'd rather be more creative and come up with lucrative arrangements customers couldn't resist than hike up all her prices to pay the mortgage on her corner property. Her dire financial state only meant she needed to up her game in presentation and quality. Giving herself little pep talks calmed her down when she was anxious and helped her lift her head proudly in these moments when she knew she looked like a hot mess. Literally. Main Street was the heart of the small North Woods town of Moonberry Lake, Minnesota, and she knew she and the oversized planter made quite a spectacle. Having ogling eyes was known as perfect vision in the small town. Delphinium was accustomed to her family feeding the gossip mill. Annie had been a regular topic among coffee shop discussions. Being quirky, or rather, having an artistic flair, as Annie described it, attracted stares. "The price for not being ordinary," she'd say, waving a bit too enthusiastically toward scrutinizing eyes. "Be proud to be the spectacle, not the spectator, sweetheart." Delphinium's shoulders relaxed a bit as she approached the shop. She pushed open the door, and it dragged, sticking halfway. With a grunt and a swift kick, she budged the door another inch, allowing her to escape the outside heat. "Pavo! The door is sticking!" Placing the planter down on the counter carefully, she shouted again.